Hello everyone, this is HammerTron here with a new action figure review for you. This time I am reviewing the Fortnite Squad mode. This came out in 2018. This was the first Squad mode set that was released by Jazzwares based on the Fortnite game by Epic Games. This is a set of 4-inch scale action figures. So this set has Rex, Cuddle Team Leader, Brite Bomber, Ragnarok, and we can see the action figure, the harvesting tool, the figure stand building piece down here, and they each have a weapon. So these window packages are very nice, so we can see exactly what we're buying. And what's interesting is their name tags. Their name tags here are stickers on the top of the plastic here, so that's kind of interesting. So here is the top, here is the bottom. Now I did buy this online, so there's some extra stickers here by whoever sold it to me. Here is one side, the other side, and the back. Nice picture of each of the characters in this set plus their quote. Let's see, Ragnarok, Cold Harbinger of Fate. Cuddle Team Leader, Hug It Out. Brite Bomber, The Future Looks Bright. Rex, Hunting the Competition to Extinction. Sounds like fun. So here is a cross sell. These are all the other action figures that were released in late 2018. I have reviewed all of these except for these two. These will be coming up next. So let's open this up and review the action figures themselves. Here is the Rex action figure. Let's take a look at how tall this action figure is. Up to the top of the headgear there, about 4.5 inches, or maybe a little more than 11 centimeters tall. And this headgear is a very soft, pliable plastic, and it's easy to take off. And we'll see if that affects his height. Yes, he seems to be a bit shorter there, about 4 inches, or well, still a little more than 4 inches, just a little more than 10 centimeters. So let's take a look here. Nice Rex helmet, very pliable plastic. Nice nice painting, and it's very easy to put on and take off. There we go. And we can make him stand. And the accessories this action figure comes with is a figure stand building piece with a peg to put the peg hole on. It's made to look like wood. And there's the other side. Here is a scoped assault rifle with the epic colors in the game. Looks like it's nicely sculpted. Some painting there. Looks pretty good. And the harvesting tool, which is called the party animal. So a lot of sculpting detail on this and a lot of paint work. So very impressive work on the accessories. And one other accessory did not come in this set, but this is the scaly back bling. This came in the Llama Drama Loot Pinata set, and this particular back bling goes with Rex. Let's take a closer look at Rex here. So the nice pliable plastic helmet goes on the head, and then lots of sculpting details. I think most of these, if not all of these parts, have been used on other action figures, so they simply reuse it and recolor it. The details look pretty nice on the action figure here. Here's an extra piece here. Now that's glued onto the middle part here, so when we turn the waist it moves. and it does not get caught on any other parts, so that's good. Nice sculpting detail here, and lots of painting. So they put a lot of effort into these action figures, showing all the details and painting the details. So very impressive work. Details on the bottom of the feet there. The peg holes are on the front part of the foot rather than the heel, and these look like little hexagons. And still more detailed work on the back. So pretty nice. A little extra piece attached to the arm there. Lots and lots of details all over this thing, and it's not a very big action figure either, so I'm impressed. Let's take a look at the articulation, and we can move the head up. I'll take this off, it'll be easier to see the head. So you can look all the way up, look down, and turn side to side. And I don't think there's any tilting. And here are the shoulder joints. There's some ratcheting in them. That's as far up as they'll go. This side's a little higher. We can go around. There's a single jointed elbow. There's some ratcheting there. Less than 90 degrees on both sides. There's a swivel at each elbow. And then the wrist can turn. And there are little hinges. So there's some ratcheting in these joints too. So diaphragm cut, we can crunch forward, crunch back, go back more, go around, very nice. There's a waist cut, very nice. We can do the splits, very impressive. And kick forward quite a bit. However, when both legs go out, they spread out. We can kick back just a little bit. Well, maybe not really. There's an upper thigh cut on both sides. We'll get that back there. And then double jointed knees. Well, not too bad. Are they both working? I thought it would go back a little more. No, that's about as far as it'll go. And the ankles go down. They go up. And we have ankle pivoting. So far the joints are all working pretty nicely for me on this one. So I'm pretty happy about that. This is a pretty good action figure. Put the little helmet back on. And let's see if we can get Rex standing up again. Very nice. Here is the Cuddle Team Leader action figure. Let's see how tall this action figure is. Looks like a little more than 4 inches tall, maybe almost 10.5 centimeters tall. So a little bit shorter despite the very large head there. And the accessories that this comes with is a piece of building material figure stand. This has a peg here for the peg hole in the foot. It's made to look like wood, but it's made out of plastic. Here's the other side. So it looks nice. And a harvesting tool is called the Tat Axe. Tat, maybe like tattoo. looks like an arrow, maybe a Cupid arrow with some wings there. So nice sculpting details and lots of nice painting. So they put in a lot of effort into these harvesting tools, or in the game I think they're called pickaxes. And then the weapons, there's actually two of them. It's legendary because of the gold color. Gold color makes it legendary, but it's dual pistols. So looks very nice, nicely sculpted and nice painting on it. So Jazzwares put a lot of detail into the accessories that come with the action figures, even small ones like this. So this is very impressive. And one other accessory, this is the Cuddle bow. It's a back bling. There's the peg and it goes into the hole in the back of the action figure. This came with the Llama Drama Loop Pinata. So here is Cuddle Team Leader. Very nicely sculpted. A very large head, and it looks like a tiny little neck there. So far it seems to be working pretty well, but the bear head is the head itself. It's not something that slides over a head, so there's no human head under it. And it has some nice texture sculpted into it. Seems to be mostly pink there, with a little black heart and a lightning bolt. And there's some metallic purple color, kind of a shiny purple, maybe on the gloves there and on the boots there. I'm not sure if it's coming across on the camera or not. And I think there are no parts being reused between this one and others. There's a harness on the body there. So this is a female character, and as a female character it has a more female body here and more slender arms, and the legs are different from the legs of the other action figures in this series. So nice sculpting here, kind of a harness over the body there, and looks like just one shin guard. So I don't know why there's not two, but just the design in the game. Some sort of wrist computer device there. And the back looks alright. So it looks alright. Let's take a look at the articulation. We can look up quite a bit, that's nice. We can look down quite a bit. We can turn side to side, and we have some tilting, very nice. Shoulders go out, there's some soft ratcheting, and they go up very high. Wow, very impressive. And the shoulders can go all the way around, and we have single jointed elbows, a little bit of ratcheting in the elbows, and pretty good. Looks like just about 90 degrees there. There's swivel at the elbows, very good, and the wrists can turn, very nice. And then the little hinges, just a little bit of ratcheting in the wrist joints too, at the hinges. It's a diaphragm cut. We can crunch forward just a little bit, go back a lot more, go all the way around, very nice. Here's a waist cut, very nice. And the splits, not quite as well as the male characters. And kick forward quite a bit. and just a little bit back, not much. There are upper thigh cuts. Very good. And double jointed knees. Looks good. And the ankles can go down that much. They can go up. There's some ratcheting in the joints. That's good. And we have ankle pivot. So far the joints are working out pretty well on this action figure too. So 2 out of 2, or 2 out of 2 so far in this squad mode for action figures. So hopefully I continue to have good luck with the others. Now let's see if I can get this Cuddle team leader to stand again. There we go. Here is the Brite bomber action figure. Let's take a look at the height of this action figure. Looks like just a little bit more than 4 inches, a little more than 10 centimeters tall. And this comes with some accessories. Here is the figure stand, a piece of building material made to look like wood. It has a peg for the action figure to stand on. There's the back, so it looks nice. And comes with the Rainbow Smasher harvesting tool. So very nicely sculpted, detailed, painted. So looks interesting. Could be like a toy horse that kids play with. Very nice. And then the weapon is an epic semi-auto assault rifle. And it's epic because of the purple color on it, but it's nicely sculpted and painted. Just a little bit pliable. So it looks nice. And then the back bling, called the Brite bag, did not come with this set, but it goes with this character, this action figure. And this one came with the Llama Drama Loot Pinata. So these back blings just plug into the hole in the back of the action figure. So it looks good. Let's take a look at the action figure. So it's a female character, and it's a nice hair on the back, nice little ponytail here, kind of pliable plastic. We don't want to pull too much, we might break it off. And nicely sculpted face and painted. And nice sculpting on the rest of the body with lots of different textures. It's a female body, but different parts. I don't think any of these parts are shared with the Cuddle team leader, although the general shape is the same, but there's some other texturing throughout the body, maybe made to look like chainmail or something like that. So lots of work done across the whole body. And the legs there, the boots, the bottom of the boots, the peg holes, which are little hexagons. And they also paid attention to the details on the back. So, looks very nice. Let's take a look at the articulation. So, we can move up just a little bit, look up a little bit, but this ponytail kind of gets in the way. You can look down just a little bit, so not very much there. Turn side to side. A little bit of head tilting. The shoulders go up. There's some soft ratcheting in the joints, so they go up that much. And they can go around. and single jointed elbows. Now I have kept these bent because sometimes it's a little hard to see where the joint actually is, and you don't want to start bending it unless you know exactly where the joint is, otherwise it'll break. But they do straighten out, but a little hard to see sometimes. They're ratcheted. This is as far in as I can go, so less than 90 degrees. There's swivel at the elbow. And the wrist can turn. And a little hinge. There we go. There's the diaphragm cut, so we can crunch forward, not much at all. Bend back a bit more. Go side to side. Go all the way around. Now, as far as I can tell, there's no actual waist cut on this action figure. I've tried turning, so if there is, it's just stuck and it's just not turning for me at all, and I'm not going to push very hard to try to turn at the waist. So it's good enough the way it is anyway. And we can do the splits. Not too bad. We can kick forward a little bit. Not very much there. And I can't really kick back either. So very limited hip articulation there. We have an upper thigh cut. Those seem to work alright. Double jointed knees. They seem to be okay. And the ankles can go down. They can move up. They have ratcheted joints, so that's nice. And we have ankle pivot. So far the joints are working out pretty well. We just have to look out for the elbow joints to make sure we're bending at the right place. And the waist doesn't seem to be working. I don't know if it's meant to work or not. Let's see if I can get the action figure to stand. Well, that didn't work out. Let's try again. There we go. That looks nice. Here's the Ragnarok action figure. Let's see how tall this one is. Looks like it's about 4.5 inches tall, or maybe a little more than 11 centimeters tall, going up to the horns on top of the head there. Oops. So it's an impressively sized action figure. Now there's a back bling that goes with this action figure, but that back bling came in one of those loot chests, which were extra packs that people could buy. I guess he's upset about not getting his back bling because I don't have that at the moment. But what he does come with is a figure stand, which he'll probably have to use pretty soon. This is a piece of building material. It's made to look like wood. It has a peg on it for the action figure. Here's the other side. And then there's the permafrost harvesting tool. So it's nicely sculpted and painted. There's a lot of painting detail on it and a lot of sculpting detail on it. So a lot of impressive work done on a small accessory. Looks nice. And then the weapon is the legendary heavy shotgun. It's legendary because of the gold painting on it. So a lot of nice sculpting detail on it and painting detail on it. So I'm impressed with the amount of work that Jazzwares has put into the details of these accessories and weapons. Let's take a look at the action figure itself. Very impressive head sculpt. Some sort of bony, monstrous something or other. And then some translucent plastic there. I think that's meant to simulate ice. So just a very cool action figure. Lots of armor on it, and some shoulder armor. This is a very soft, pliable plastic, and it's glued onto part of the arm, so it's not going to hinder articulation too much. But nice sculpting and painting, using a variety of materials, some pliable plastic and some harder plastic. So it's a lot of work, a lot of detail into a little action figure like this, so very impressive. Some more pliable plastic, some armor pieces hanging down from the body. Nice sculpting on the legs to show the muscles. So I'm not sure this is sharing any parts with any other action figures in this line so far. Some armored shin guards there. Some boots. Looks like some fur top boots there. They have some painting on the back too. So, armored arms, large hands. I think this action figure has thicker body parts than most of the other action figures so far. So this is a larger character. So very impressive. Let's take a look at the articulation. Now, there's no head articulation that I can tell. It kind of wiggles a little, but I think it's just a separate piece attached to the body. But we can't really turn it, make him look up or down or turn, which is alright. Shoulder joints, we can go up. We see these plastic pieces moving out of the way a little bit. That's as far up as it goes. There's some soft ratcheting in the shoulder joints. We can go around. Very nice. We have single jointed elbows, less than 90 degrees. Just a little disappointing there. Swivel at the elbow. That's alright. The wrist can turn. We have little hinges. This one is very stiff. There we go. Little hinges, and they're ratcheted. So it's a bit looser. Then we have a diaphragm cut where we can crunch forward pretty nicely. Well, more than the others, but not very much. Go back a bit more. Side to side, going around. Then we have a waist cut that turns. And we can do the splits. Very impressive splits. Better than the female characters. So apparently males can do things better than females, right? And we can kick forward quite a bit. This pliable plastic pieces will move out of the way, but I wonder if those will wear out eventually. We can kick back a bit more, not very much. And we have upper thigh cuts, so those work. And we have double jointed knees. Not very much, I think, due to the sculpting detail here. So, not too bad. And no boot cuts, but the ankles can go down. The ankles can move up. And we have ankle pivoting. So the joints are pretty nice. They're about in line with all the others of this series of action figures. It just looks very cool though. Probably my favorite out of the bunch so far, just because of how cool it looks. A great monstrous character. And we can get him to stand. Very good. Here's the Fortnite Squad Mode Series 1 action figures with their accessories in their hands. Cuddle Cuddle Team Leader only has 2 hands and 3 accessories, a pair of pistols, and this harvesting tool. So not enough hands to hold all the accessories for that one. All the others, when we put the accessories in their hands, we do want to be careful to maneuver the handles of the guns or the handles of the harvesting tools. Maneuver it carefully between their thumb and fingers and press carefully. We don't want to bend things the wrong way, or we don't want to break things, because I think over time these things will break. So as long as we're careful and gentle, we should have no trouble putting things in their hands and then pose them in different battle scenes. Here is the Fortnite Squad Mode 1 group, Rex, Cuddle Team Leader, Brite Bomber, and Ragnarok. And it's nice to see a bit of height difference between these different characters. It looks like the shortest one is Brite Bomber, followed by Cuddle Team Leader, then Rex, and Ragnarok seems to be the tallest. So let's compare these with action figures from other lines. But here is Rust Lord, 4 inches from the Llama Drama Loot Pinata, and 4-inch action figure from the Animal Planet set, the Adventurer. And it looks like the Adventurer is pretty short there compared to the others. And next we have Marvel Legends Mr. Fantastic at 6 inches by Hasbro, and the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin White Ranger. Both of those are 6 inches by Hasbro. Looks nice together. And finally, we have the Fortnite Legendary Series Havoc action figure, 6 inches by Jazzwares, and the Masters of the Universe Masterverse He-Man action figure by Mattel. So He-Man towers over all of them. So looks nice. The HammerTron Sledgehammer rating is, for the most part, pretty good. I'm especially happy with the Ragnarok action figure. It looks very cool, although I did have to use the figure stand to get him balanced on top of the sledgehammer there. But it just looks cool. Rex and Cuddle Team Leader, I put those on the handle there. They're almost as cool as Ragnarok. And Brite Bomber, I put down there as just okay. Brite Bomber had a little problem with the waist articulation. I couldn't get it to work, although it might actually work, but I don't want to force it. Other than that, I've been pretty happy with all of the articulation on all these action figures. All the joints have moved properly without too much trouble, and they're still relatively tight, so I'm pleased about that. The one possible problem is the hands are a bit hard to put the weapons and harvesting tools in them. Other than that, well, as long as we're gentle, it'll be fine. But other than that, I think these are great action figures, and they would be very useful to put in a variety of dioramas, even dioramas not related to Fortnite. So thank you for watching my review video. Remember to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel to keep up to date with my future reviews. I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.